Good evening. I just want to introduce Elizabeth Weinberg. She is the Vice President of San Francisco chapter. Would you say a couple words?
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you this evening, striving for peace, continuing to strive for peace, and for our brothers and sisters around the planet. It's been an honor to meet Mr. Tanimori. I've met him this past year, and we've worked together, working for forgiveness and peace through all the nations. I work with the United Nations Association San Francisco chapter, and we're all, I think, one nation, this world, and so coming together tonight is another opportunity, remembering what's happened before in the past, looking at our history. We can learn from our history and not repeat the mistakes that have happened in the past. And so thank you for all being here tonight and for these years, continued years that you've been here. And thank you, Mr. Tanimori, for being here tonight as well.
Thank you. Thank you. This evening, Rita mentioned that when the United States dropped the first atomic bomb on August 6, 1945, then 3 days later, Nagasaki, she made reference to that the United States finally brought the war to the end. Perhaps you did, but for me, my war just started for the next 40 years. I buried my parents, total 6 members of the family, when I was only 8 years old. So next 40 years, the war just raging in my heart, how to avenge my father's death. It took first 10 years to find a way to come to United States. As I was told by some of so-called GI, the government issues that I learned later, and they spend the money like no tomorrow. And I found out they were spending the money one day after their payday. So they had the money, really they had money, and they told me that the United States has money trees growing in every corner. All you have to do to look for the trees. You don't have to work for. Did you know, since June 1956, I'm looking for the money trees. I haven't yet found one single money tree. And if you find one, would you let me know? I'll pick all the gold, then I'll give to you, all right? Anyway, 40 long years. The one day, as I was driving the car on the Bay Bridge, as I was one of the guest speakers for the 40th anniversary of Hiroshima, I thought it was the day. This is the day that I am fulfilled my vow I made my father's grave marker. This is the day that I will avenge my father's death. As I clip in my old beat up American cars, passing the trestles, on the Bay Bridge. Each trestle I passed by, I thought of my own life, as if were the chapters of my life passing by. Just as I was approaching the treasure island, I looked up the skies. I saw the clouds shaped like mushroom clouds on the day of August 6th. Did you know that all the memories of that morning all the 40 years of my life returned instantly as if I were watching the movie. As I drive in the car and I almost hit the wall. And luckily, I was able to pull my car into Treasure Island. There I shut the engine off. I cried. And I cried. And I didn't know what to do. And my heart is just aching. I said, I need to get to San Francisco. This is the day I am going to honor my own heart. I said, Daddy, just wait another hour. But did you know I couldn't go any further except I didn't know what to do. As I contemplated, I heard the voice of my daughters. The voice coming from the cloud seems like she was only 11 years old. And she said, her voice said, Daddy, Daddy, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get even with the American people. But Daddy, Daddy, they missed you. Yes, many people died in Hiroshima, but the American people missed you. You are here. So Daddy, if you try to get even with Americans, some are gonna escape, some are gonna survive, and they're gonna come after your children. Us, she said, is that how your daddy gonna be happy? The children, innocent children like us, many American children gonna die. Daddy, is that what you want? That was my daughter, who was 11 years old. Then she said, Daddy, Daddy, is there any other way? If there is any other way. That was 11 years old. My daughter spoke to me. It was the first time I ever realized that revenge gets revenge. The anger gets anger. And I didn't know what to do. Did you know that was the very moment I heard the voice of my daddy? My daddy said, son, do you remember what I taught you? Violence, no violence. Honor the all life. But also he said, my son, have you remembered how I lived before you? I always taught you to live for the benefits of others. Learn to live your life benefits of others, then we all benefit. This is the simplest way to make the world safer, a peaceful place. My daddy's voice came from heaven. That was the very moment. Did you know the white butterfly flew into my car through the open window and sat on the dashboard, fluttering its wings, and soon took off to blue yonder. I think that was the epiphany took in my heart. I realized that anger cannot continue. Revenge will get to revenge. That was the very moment I realized I have to let it go. As the butterfly took off, I surrendered to my tears. I surrendered to the something bigger than I am. I say, whatever it is, just let me free. And I'm so glad it was that very moment I ask American people to forgive me that I came to America when I was 18 years old for avenging my father's death. I ask the Chinese folks, please forgive me for the Nanking, rape of Nanking. I ask the Korean folks, please forgive us Korean comforts. Then the Filipino folks, Baton March. We all know the instance. Then I say, please forgive us, the Pearl Harbors. Then I say, I will forgive you too, the bomb in Hiroshima. Did you know that very moment when I say I recognize it, I will forgive you too, the bomb in Hiroshima? I think that was the cleansed of forgiveness. My heart is so light up like a butterfly through the sky. It was the first moment I ever saw you focus the humongous sun, so bright. I never saw the beautiful sun that moment, that very moment. So I want you to know that I am ever grateful. The path of Hiroshima, however painful, but brought me where I am today, to a place that I was able to come home to, a place called peace, by learning to forgive. So one thing tonight, just drill in night, I like for you to let you know, it was a Shakespeare say, little candlelight, however tiny, candlelight cast its light further when it's dark. Darkest night, we could see the no star shining ever bright there. Now I think, for me as a survivor of Hiroshima, to me the best time we are living, yes, darkness, all the human suffering, the wars going on all around us. Because of darkness, we are able to see the desire in our heart, even the tiny, tiny candlelight for looking for peace. To me, that's the greatest moment. Without darkness, we cannot see the light. Because of this gathering, each one of us like a candlelight. Let us shine, let us shine. And again, thank you so much that we have the greatest opportunity to know the best way to make the world a safer, peaceful place by learning to live for the benefits of others. Thank you so much.